What's going on, everybody? Cigar Show Tim here, and I figured I would come and hang out with you. I know I'm in the studio, and it doesn't look like the studio, but I figured I would come and hang out with y'all. And if you're watching on Facebook, by the way, up above, you should have to click a link that gives permission for StreamYard to see your profile, or just go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and give permissions for that to take place. If you can hear me, just because I had the whole studio torn down, and then I'll get into what's going on in a couple minutes. But let me know if you can hear me and everything's coming through. I'm pretty sure it is, but I just want to make sure. I see a couple people are tuning in and watching. I'm going to get out my cigar and enjoy a good smoke, and also enjoy a fine drink that I won that I will tell you all about. So leave in the comments if I'm going to have to open up the Facebook, the Book of Faces, to make sure. There we go. Facebook user. Yes, here. Okay, so whoever Facebook user is, I'll know in just a second. But go ahead and go to, let's see here, StreamYard.com. It may be Craig Bainham because I just see that he's there. So what you're going to do is go to Anthony Giannis. You are here. What's going on? Hope you're doing well. And then I see missing your background. Yeah, the whole background's gone. The studio is literally completely torn down, and it's frankly very different. But go to shoot. I don't think there's a way I can do it right now. Let's see here. Guests. Green screen. No, I don't need a green screen. Although it would probably make my shirt disappear. General. Yeah. What I think you have to do is go to Facebook or StreamYard.com/Facebook. Let me go to it right now, because then it'll let your name show up. And StreamYard.com/Facebook. So yes, go to, I'm going to put it in the comments here. And if you click on that link, then your name will show up. There we go. Everybody's popping in with the comments as I was doing that. Robertson Studio Works, what's going on? Hefe. Steve, Blue Collar Sticks, what's going on? Brother Tim, hope you're doing good. I am doing well, and there's the link there. Blue, what's good, bro? It's been too long. Did the Casa Cuevas belt get mailed to me? Who is Facebook user? I don't have that. Anthony, I think that's you. I don't see that. Anthony Giannis. Let me follow up with Luis Cuevas and get that taken care of, because I know that we had talked about that. I believe we had, and so we want to make sure we follow up and are good with that. But yeah, let me follow up on that one, because you're in Atlanta, I think, is where you are. And what's everybody smoking tonight? What's everybody enjoying? I'm trying this out with StreamYard and doing it to my YouTube channel and to my Facebook group, the Cigar Show Tim Family Room. So if you're watching either one, then very cool. And if you're watching just on YouTube, then make sure you jump on over to Facebook.com and look for the Cigar Show Tim Family Room and ask to be a member, and we'll go from there. Laugh aloud. I was joking with yours. Oh, well, Anthony, mine is right here. So I still have mine, and it will be going up in the next studio, wherever that is. Let's see here. Facebook user Anthony Giannis. Make sure you click on that link that says StreamYard.com/Facebook, and then click when it loads that page where it says let StreamYard see your Facebook Live comments. So go ahead and do that. And Anthony says, I'm at work, so no smoke for me. I am going to be smoking something from a manufacturer I've had before. And I figured, I see people do this where they just jump on and they hang out with people, and it's Friday night. And so I figured, I think it's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday night. I don't even know what day it is anymore with packing and moving and all these different things. So I figured I would come on and hang out with everybody on a Friday night. JT Baker, what's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. Good evening to you too. I won a giveaway with some Henry McKenna bourbon a few weeks ago from Carolina Bourbon, I believe was the Instagram user name, contest promoter, whatever you want to call it. And so I also got to choose 2 different samples of a couple different whiskeys that he had there. And so one of the ones that I chose was Michter's Toasted Sour Mash 86 proof batch number 19G1244. Because I actually, believe it or not, have not had Michter's, however you pronounce it. So I figured, well, tonight, as I am here at the house by myself, because we were supposed to close escrow today, operative word being supposed to. We were supposed to close escrow today, funding and everything was supposed to go through. And Monday, we were supposed to have a nice fat deposit in our bank account. But evidently, the wire for the funds transferred to the title company, to the escrow company, got lost, or something happened with them. Didn't get lost in transit to me, fortunately, but got lost on its way to them. So, yeah, we will be in the house through the weekend. And oh, Bob Finley Superstar, that's where it is. Bob Finley, what's going on, brother? Bob, it does not show your username here in StreamYard when I'm looking through it. So if you could go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, click the Let StreamYard See My Facebook information, then it will let me see your wonderful, amazing superstar name here in the comments. Oh, and Bob, it was you saying, I'm at work, so no smoke for me. I tonight am going to, oh, nice. There we go. Yeah, ugh, exactly. I know, right? That's just how it goes, Bob. I am going to be smoking. Sorry, I just totally smacked in the microphone for you guys. I'm going to be smoking a cigar from Dapper Cigars. I feel like there's like a glare or something on the camera. This is going to be the worst thing in the world for videos, but I'm going to do it because I feel like the camera's blurry as you stare at my nose. I felt like the lens was dirty and had fingerprints or something on it, but all right, we'll go from there. There, I think it's a little clearer. But I'm going to be having a cigar from Dapper Cigars, and this one I had the plastic because I wanted to read the name because I didn't. Yeah, see, thank you, Anthony. Better, that's right. This is the Cubo Sumatra Gordo, and Dapper Cigars makes phenomenal cigars. If you've not had any of them, please make sure you check out Dapper Cigars because, well, you should check them out. So let's toast this foot and sit and hang out for a while. Anthony Giannis better. Yes. Oh, so the better was because you went to StreamYard.com/Facebook and I can see your name now. Well done. So yeah, so everything was supposed to go through for the house today by 4 or 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. Everything was supposed to be recorded. Was supposed to be Painkiller. Ooh, everything was supposed to go through, be recorded, all that fun stuff, and it wasn't. Well, at 2 o'clock, our realtor got word. Got to get back to it. Just wanted to jump on and say I love y'all. This is Bob the Cigar Guy. What's going on, Bob? And have a great night at work. Take care. Love you, brother. And stay safe. Talk to you soon. And it was supposed to all go through, be funded. She got a text, our realtor did at 2 o'clock, that said, okay, it's being recorded. Everything should be good to go. The wire transfer's been sent. And then 2 hours later, she gets a message from the title and escrow company that said, we actually don't have the transfer in our account. We have not initiated it. The escrow company doesn't have the funds. And so we actually can't record the sale of the house and get everything switched over in the title until Monday because we have to track down where that went. So needless to say, we were ready to get out of here. I mean, literally there is nothing in the garage but my compressor, the cargo rack for it is a beast of a lighter. I'll get to that in a second there, Steve. The cargo rack for my wife's Chevy Equinox for anything that we may need to take home. A couple things inside, like literally a picnic barbecue, like expandable chair. And that's about it. We're basically moved out. We figured, hey, we're done. And then we were told by a realtor, hey, you know what? I would recommend staying in there through the weekend. My wife was actually pretty comfortable with that because she wanted to do a little more cleaning, to leave the house in a good condition for the next owner, which I can't fault my wife for. That's one of the reasons I love her so much. And the cigar's just like smoke is straight in my face. And so long story short, we're just still in the house. My wife is up with our boys at her parents' house, at my in-laws, which is where we're going to be staying in the interim until we find our house. And so I'm here just making sure everything's taken care of. And yeah, that they don't try to come in, and I don't think they will. They seem like really good people, but that's the story. That's what's going on. So that's why I literally took the studio equipment out of my pseudo Pelican case. It's the Harbor Freight knockoff. I don't even know what the brand is, but it works great. Apache, there. The Apache Pelican case that I have all my mixer and all that stuff in, my microphone in, and thought, I'm just going to connect it. And I'm here by myself, so I'm going to go live. So I'm hanging out with everybody tonight on a Friday night. And the lighter, Blue Collar Stick Steve, this is a Vertigo lighter. This is one of the Vertigo tabletops, and it holds a ton of butane. It is awesome. And of course, because, well, I have bajillion stickers, I figured I would, just put them on the lighter, and that's just how it goes. Just decided to light up the Don Carlos from my Luxury Cigar Club's last box. Oh, very nice. And that is who Jeff Robertson on FaceSpace. You haven't clicked on StreamYard.com/Facebook so that your FaceSpace, MySpace, Book of Faces name and everything shows up in the comments. And now I'm going to take a little swig, little nip on this Michter's, I don't know how you pronounce it, Michter's Toasted Sour Mash, 86 proof. So let's see. I have not had Michter's before, so let's see how it is. Hey, Joe, what's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. That's good. That's pretty mellow. Good stuff. Joe, hope you're doing well. I figured I would come on here and hang out because, well, that just seemed like the thing to do. I'm home by myself. I've got really nothing in the house, no couch, no furniture, no nothing. So I figured, why not enjoy a cigar, which I was going to do tonight anyways, and hang out with all the wonderful people in YouTube and Facebook landias. So that's what I'm doing, hanging out with y'alls tonight. Joe, you smoking anything? Anybody else lighting anything up? I know Jeff Robertson with Robertson Studio Works is lighting one up from the Luxury Cigar Club box. Oh, dang. Well, I'll just pull a vintage Tim Long and go. Ha! Well done. Jeff at the end of my comments. Ha, 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 ha. Yes, sir. Just working here. Nice, Joe. Well, I'm just here hanging out with everybody. So leave me comments. Let's get the conversation started. What questions do you have for me? I called it Friday Night Social Hour because, well, with this cigar, it's probably going to be about social hour and a half, 2 hours. Just figured I would hang out with everybody because why not? And I see other people do this, other reviewers that are buddies of mine, and I'm not trying to emulate them, but I thought, you know what? I've got time. I got an empty house. I'm going to go live and let's hang out with people. Let's socialize. It's Friday night. And if you're on the East Coast, then it's after midnight and you're up late. Or if you're like me, you're still not going to bed for like another hour or two. But I figured I would hang out. So what questions do you have for me about anything cigar related, reviews that are coming up, questions about reviews that I've put out recently on my new channel? And if you're not subscribed already to my YouTube channel, I don't know if you're watching. I know, Joe, you're watching on YouTube. Steve, you're watching on my YouTube. And other people are. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please, if you would be so kind, go to youtube.com/cigarshowtim. Click that subscribe button and ring that bell so you know every time I go live or upload new content, you'll be alerted. Hint on your giveaway. Oh, you want a hint on the giveaway? Now, Anthony, I'm guessing you're referring to the giveaway with Down to the Nub as part of Collective Smoke, correct? I got to reposition this fan. I'm guessing that's what you're talking about, Anthony, is the giveaway for Down to the Nub as part of the Collective Smoke, which is actually going to post. I was going to post it later tonight. It'll actually post tomorrow. And so, incognito, what's going on? Will your studio be any different in the new house? Good question. So here's what I'm looking at doing. A couple different things. I will give all the credit in the world where it belongs because he's got a phenomenal setup. I love the lounge sort of classy, rustic look that Jeremy Sires has. He's got a phenomenal looking. Yes, you're next. Yes, you're next. Right. I'm guessing that's a yes for the Down to the Nub one. I'll get to that in a second, Anthony. But the next studio is going to be. I am the big desk that I've got here that's left over from which was the bar when it was the man cave area, which became the countertop for when I was part of Dad Smoking Cigars, which is now just my countertop out here, is probably going to go away. I'm still going to keep it, but it's probably going to be something that's in the background. and I put whiskey bottles and light it and do different things just for some different color and things in the man cave. But it's going to be more of a lounge chair, lounge, relaxation, man cave kind of a feel and less of a studio. Quakes 30, what's going on, brother? Hope you are doing well tonight. Thanks for jumping on. Yes, Joe, you are right. Jeremy has a great setup. He has got a phenomenal setup. And I mean, I'm not going to be dumping as much money as he dumped into his. I don't know how much he dumped into it, but clearly thousands of dollars. And so we'll see what it turns into. JT Baker, I'm really digging the way you do your reviews now. It just seems more laid back and less technical, not having to worry about keeping track of everything as you go along. I appreciate that, JT. I one of the things when I started my new channel that I wanted to do is I wanted to do something that was just me. And what I was doing before was me, but it was me and Kyle and I, technically, it was grammar. And I just wanted to have my own style. And so what I've done with my channel, if you look at the last two reviews, I actually have a camera that's up above to my left when I'm sitting down, and it's my DSLR camera. I do photography on the side, so I've got a bunch of photo equipment. It's my Nikon DSLR camera, and it's connected through what's called a graphics, not graphics card, but I'm blank on it. It's basically an adapter, an HDMI adapter, capture card. And so I have it going into there, and I record the sound through my mixer into the computer, and then I record the video from that camera, do the editing, put it all together, and produce it that way. And I just like it. I like the depth of field. I like the blur, what's called bokeh or bokeh, however you pronounce it for photography. I like that different feel with the blue light in the background. And so that's a little hint of what my next studio is going to be set up like, and what it's going to how it's going to present itself. I am getting hopefully a new camera in the next couple months after we sell the house and get the new one, and while this house is sold. But after we buy the next house and all that, I'm looking to upgrade my camera, possibly to the Nikon Z50 or the Canon M50 or to one of the Sony A7 bodies. So we will see, because there are big price differences between all of them. But we'll see what happens. But that's what I've been using. Jeff says, dude, your new look is killer. I love how intense the lighting is. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jeff. And I take that as a huge compliment from you, because your photography, for those that don't know, who's showing up as Facebook user, Jeff Robertson is a good buddy of mine. Has become a good buddy of mine for the last year and a half or so. And he goes on Instagram as at Smoke Portrait. Follow him. His photos and just what he does is just ridiculous. And he is stepping up his game the last 6 months. He's just gone off the charts with his quality and what he does presentation wise. Oh, the M50 or A7 would be sick. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to go M50. I may go with the Z50 only because I already have Nikon lens. I've got my nifty 50 lens, which I absolutely love. And I've got probably soon in the next week before I buy a new camera bot, I'm going to get the Nikon 35 millimeter lens so I can get the nice depth of field. Absolutely, Jeff, you're welcome. So I can get nice depth of field and bokeh in the background and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm going to be looking at doing with the next studio, to answer that in a really long way as to what's going to be going on in the next one. And so that's the setup I'm going for. Is there's going to be some whiskey bottles in the background. It's not going to be a carbon copy of what Jeremy does, because I definitely don't want to look like I'm copying him, but I can appreciate his style, and I really like that sort of rustic lounge feel. And so like the first, I think, 2 videos that I did on my channel here, I was sitting in my lounge chair that's was in the man cave. That's no longer a man cave because obviously it's all ripped down now. And I was just hanging out there and recording it that way. And that's the style that I want to do. That's what I'm looking to do, because I just really enjoy that relaxed feel. And JT, I appreciate you saying that, like I said a minute ago, because I enjoy that relaxed feel. I enjoy just sitting there and hanging out and reviewing a cigar and just talking and not having it feel scripted. And nothing was scripted before, but just having it be my honest thoughts and what I'm doing and my take on it, whether I like it, whether I don't like it, and all those different things. Would you need to adapt the Nifty to the Z50? Because if you go A series, do the Sigma 15 or 31.4. I would need the adapter. I think it's like you can buy the kit, Jeff, for the Nikon Z50. And what you can do actually is they have a kit where it comes with the adapter, so you can put all of your EX and DX lenses onto it. So it's got the F mount ready to go. I think it's called the F mount. And so I've got all that. RG Evan Kirshner, what's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for jumping on. I am just hanging out as my phone goes off. Update about the Los Angeles Dodgers, 3 consecutive wins. Score. Yes, exactly, Jeff. Your name's still not showing up, by the way, Jeff, but that's okay. I know it's you because you're the only Facebook user here right now. But that's what I'm looking at doing moving forward. So what other thoughts do you have, questions do you have? Oh, Anthony, I'll get to yours. So for Down to the Nub, our giveaway is going to be announced tomorrow. And as part of the Collective Smoke, we had Alan Melissa Roman with The Good Cigar on the podcast that released yesterday, which was a lot of fun having them on. And we announced that we're going to be doing our giveaway, which is going to run for about a week. And then we're going to be on the Straight Cut podcast with Mark and Aaron, 2 great guys. Well, I guess I'll jump back to YouTube. Haha. There you go, Jeff. And so we're going to be on with them. Boo Dodgers. That's okay, Quakes. You know, it's funny, Quakes 30 seeing your name because there's the minor league team for the Dodgers called the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes in my hometown where I grew up. And so when I first saw your name, I instantly thought of Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. So little side note of information that nobody ever needed to know, but there you go. Yes, for Down the Nub. So we're going to be giving away probably a nice bunch of cigars. I won't say the quantity. There will be our new stickers that will be included with that. There may or may not be a customized one-of-a-kind product that is laser etched. And I won't say what kind it is, but it will have the Down to the Nub logo laser engraved or laser etched into it. We will have our poker chip, which is on order. We're going to be getting those within the next week or so. So we're going to have our new Down to the Nub poker chip as part of that, and some other things that I won't announce right now. But that is sort of what we are looking at giving away. They're also, the winner is going to get the September box, the Robusto box of My Monthly Cigars. They're also going to get a 5-pack of cigars from Martinez Cigars, who we've partnered with. And did you guys see that throw from Mookie? Ooh, JT, I will get to that in a second. Yes, I did. But also the 5 New York blend cigars from Martinez Cigars, and then the 5 Rollers blend cigars from Martinez Cigars, which are not available for purchase. You can't get them. And then there's going to be some different things, some giveaways for the TPE exclusive cigar. You'll get that. And then an opportunity to do something else with Martinez Cigars that we are not sharing yet because we need to keep up the suspense. And it's just not time to share yet. So, Anthony, I hope that answers all of your questions, or at least enough as to what we are looking at doing with our giveaway that we'll post tomorrow, like I mentioned. And make sure you enter because I know that you guys have the hashtag winning Giannis. And JT Baker, yes, did we see the throw from Mookie Betts all the way in right field to third base to get out the runner who thought he could get a triple? Absolutely, I saw it. And it instantly reminded me of watching the Dodgers in the early to mid 90s, well, more mid 90s, because Raul Mondesi, I think, was the 1996 Rookie of the Year for the Dodgers. And watching Raul Mondesi, whose nickname was the Cannon, throw people out at third base just like that. And I loved it. It made me smile, and it was awesome. I mean, they're already talking about it possibly being the throw out of the year, and we're only 6 games into the season. Sounds like your package is going to be bigger than Al's. Ah, well done, JT Baker. Yes, as Brandon and I said on the episode, collectively, Brandon and I will have a bigger package. Plain and simple. The only way to put it. That's what's going to be going on. But yes, we're excited to be part of the Collective Smoke. We don't know what the future holds for it. We're playing it by ear and seeing how this all goes. And we know things are going to change and adjust and modify because that's just how they go as you grow and as you move forward and as you learn things. And so we're excited for the Collective Smoke. JT, you smoking anything right now? I don't remember if you said if you were or not. It's funny me saying JT because my son Jeremiah, we call him JT. So. That Michter's is really good. Pairs well with that cigar from Dapper Cigars. I needed another sip to confirm. That's just how it goes. So I've got a lot of cigars coming up in reviews that obviously won't be here in the non-studio now. Now it's just a black wall with stickers ripped off of it. But I've got some cool stuff. Bob the Cigar Guy, who was on this earlier, chiming in the comments. Laugh out loud. My phone kicked me out. I heard nothing. I'll watch tomorrow. There you go. It's a great prize package. That's all I got to say. So watch Instagram tomorrow for our post of it, and then you'll know. Bob the Cigar Guy, who is just a great, great guy. And I'll call him a friend of mine because I consider him a friend. If you haven't tried Michter's Rye, it's really good. Oh, good to know. Yeah, this is the toasted sour mash. But Bob the Cigar Guy, I was on in the Cigar Show Tim Family Room back a couple weeks ago, probably about a month ago now, and just said, hey, if you guys want to recommend cigars for me to try, what would you like to see me do in reviews? Hit me up, let me know. And Bob sent me a DM literally while I was still alive and said, let me know your address. I've got some stuff I'd love to send you for you to review to get your input on. So he sent me a very generous package in the mail with cigars, including a couple Nasty Fritas cigars. And for anybody that knows Bob the Cigar Guy, he smokes things Savari style. So one regular, one backwards, smoke them at the same time. See if you can notice that they taste different with the Nasty Fritas especially. And so that will be one of my reviews coming up. And then he sent me some other stuff from FSG and from some other manufacturers that I'm really excited to check out and try out because I have not had an FSG cigar yet. So I'm really excited about that one. But my review next Thursday that's coming out for Tobacco Talk is covering the Patina Habano Precipitation. And the Precipitation is like a 4.5 inch, maybe 5 inch. I think it's a 4.5 inch cigar. It's a Habano. And that's my review for next week. So be on the lookout for that. It will post as all of my reviews do Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. And let me know your thoughts on that one because I did make up a new word. Jeff, you will be proud of me for the word that I made up in that review. So you're definitely going to have to watch that. Watch IG tomorrow for a post about Tim and Brando's collective package. There, that's right. When we get together, we have yeah package. FSG Bellicoso is great. I honestly don't know which one Bob sent me. I don't have my humidor out here in the garage because it's way too hot out here. It's in the house, so I couldn't even tell you which one it is, but I am excited to try it. That's for sure. For those of you that don't know, and this is a shameless plug, and I don't put it out there very often, but it's at the end of all my videos now. I started a Patreon page, and there's a few different levels for support, and I did it just because there are costs that go into what I do, and quite frankly, I'm spending a lot of time doing this, which I absolutely love. But I'd love there to be some revenue on the side. Obviously, there are some perks. There's some different things to each of the packages. I said package again. You're welcome, Jeff. To each of the different levels. That reply was amazing. But there are some different levels for support if you would be so inclined. It is not a pressure thing at all. It's like the way that I talk about it with Brandon when it comes to down to the nub. There's just some costs that go with this and are associated with getting it done, and so that's what my Patreon is there for. It's patreon.com/cigarshowtim. And if you'd like to support what I'm doing and my channel, and really what it's going to do is it's going to allow me to get some new gear. It's going to allow me to continue getting new cigars and some new things that are out on the market that I would love to be able to review. But what it's also going to do is it's going to allow me, I said when I started my new channel that I was going to cover the equipment and the gear and the editing and what goes into me producing content. And that's part of what that's going to help cover some of those costs of bringing in new gear. I've got a microphone that is on its way to me as soon as it's not back ordered anymore, but that is on its way to me. And it's the Rode PodMic, which I'm super excited about. Frankly, I love this microphone right here because it was for 3 of them like $40 on Amazon. And I've been told that my sound quality by people that have been audio engineers is pretty stinking good, which I humbly appreciate. But I am excited for the Rode PodMic because I have been drooling over that microphone since it came out nearly a year ago. And I guess that's the only way to put it is I am excited for it. I'm a second tier owner. Tim, are you a DaVinci or Premiere guy? Speaking of gear, ooh, good question. Robertson Studio Works, who is back live with us. Robertson Studio Works. I don't know why I just read your whole name again. Jefe, as I call you, Jefecito. I actually don't use DaVinci or Premiere. I use Filmora 9, which is put up by Wondershare, and it's a platform that I discovered when I was doing all the editing and producing for Dad Smoking Cigars when we launched our YouTube channel, because I didn't want to pay the monthly amount for Premiere, even though I have an Adobe package for it. There you go, Jeff. I said package again. I've got an Adobe subscription to Lightroom and Photoshop and all of that for my photo editing and all that I do with my photo company on the side. But, well, congrats on the new gear. You well deserve it for the great work you do. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. And so I found Filmora 9 when I was doing all the editing for Dad Smoking Cigars, and I just stuck with it. It was a lifetime license for like $65, and once a quarter for $23, I get access to transitions, videos. My name is Jefecito. But transitions and everything that I want to use, that I enjoy using for editing my videos. It's got the social media tags for where I put, comment and the subscribe button. I will say that I get all of my audio, my sound bites and everything that I use, my music overlays and all of that I do get from Epidemic Sound. I think that is, I don't remember what it is. It's like $15 a month, something like that. And I love Epidemic. I've looked through a couple different ones, and a good buddy of mine, Sydney Diongzin, who's pretty well known YouTuber for camera gear and all things video and photography related. He's a buddy of mine that I've known for probably, over 10 years now. And he recommended Epidemic Sound. They sponsor one of his episodes, and I checked it out, and I just thought, oh man, I've got to check it out. And I did. I checked out a couple different ones. I checked out audio and another one, and I just wasn't as happy with the user interface, I guess you could say. And so I use Filmora 9 for my video, and I use Epidemic Sound for my music and sound effects and all those kinds of things. Oh snap, Filmora! I could never vibe with that one. Epidemic is awesome. Yes, Epidemic is awesome. I really enjoy it. It's got everything I want. It's easy to organize. Not organized. It's easily organized to search to find what you're looking for, whether it's a sound effect, whether it's um, all sorts of different things. And they've got new stuff that's being uploaded there. It seems like daily. And so Epidemic Sound has always, well, not always, but for the last couple months that I've been using it since about May, has been my go-to. For those of you that jumped on maybe a little bit late and don't know, I am smoking the Kubo Sumatra from Dapper Cigars. Yes, Kubo Sumatra. I went Gordo from Dapper Cigars, and it is really good. There's I'm a reviewer, so I can do this here. I can't do this on Down to the Nub. There's like an earthy, almost like oatmeal kind of flavor to it, which is really good, and it's pairing very well with my Michter's sour mash whiskey tonight. So I am enjoying it. And again, I did win the whiskey from as I have something floating in there, probably ash from my cigar. Oh well. I did win this from Carolina Bourbon on Instagram. He did a contest to give away back probably about a month ago, and I was the lucky winner. So I told him I would make sure in a review or in something give a shout out to him. Excuse me, for sending these to me and doing the contest. So if you are not following, I believe it's Carolina Bourbon, please go and do that. Robertson Studio Works says you got to check out Josh Yeo's Make Art Now curated playlist. It's boss. I will have to do that. Who texted me? Oh, it was Jeff saying, "Are you going to go live or not?" Because it's been saying that you're live for the last 15 minutes. I was going to look something up. Oh, I was going to look up the Instagram user. I believe it is. Oh. And search Carolina. Yes, Carolina Dot Bourbon is who I won this from, just so everybody's aware. It was Carolina Bourbon, and it was back July 12th that I won it, so not even a month ago. But if you are not, there you go, hashtag winning Tim. Sorry, I've been like staring down at my phone. It's the worst like video etiquette in the world, I'm sure. Yes, Anthony, you're right. Hashtag winning Tim. But if you're not following Carolina.bourbon, then please go and do that. He's got great content and clearly has good bourbon. So, what other questions do you guys have for me? Cigar related, studio related, equipment related? Does that sound like something you guys are interested in? The equipment that I use, what microphones, what mixer, camera, all those different things that I'm using. Because one of the things that I'm looking for in my next camera is to be able to have clean HDMI out. And for those of you that don't know technology, and I don't mean that as an offensive thing, but if you're offended by that, then shame on you. That was not offensive at all. But like my current DSLR camera, I have two of these bodies. It's a Nikon D300S. This is my Sigma 1020 lens that I use for real estate and for different kinds of photography. It does not produce a clean HDMI out, which means you know when you would plug in your old like video camera, your camcorder into your TV, and you could see where it had the time and the date and all the different things on the screen. That's what a dirty output is, and so that's what these cameras output is a dirty HDMI. And the cameras I'm looking at have clean HDMI, so I don't have to zoom in and crop, which is what I'm doing for my videos now, crop out all of the information that's on the screen that comes through the dirty output. It takes away a little bit of the quality of the video, but I like the look of that lens better. I'm using a Logitech C920 right now. It's a phenomenal high def 1080p webcam, but I do like the look from my Nikon better. And what in ears are those? These are Zenith something or others. They are Zenith ZSN Pro ear monitors, and they are very treble and mid strong, if you will. And so spoken word, voice, all of that comes through very clearly. Music and everything comes through great, but it's definitely a lot stronger on the mids and highs than it is on the low end and the bass. And that's fine with me because I like that. Yeah, see, I was waiting for something. Dirty output, big package, awesome show. That's just how awesome show. Evidently, this is doing the trick, I would say. But those are the ears that I'm using, Jeff. I love them. I got them on Amazon for, I want to say they're only like $40. And honestly, it's because I saw High Desert Man AZ. If you don't know Vic Evans, he's a good reviewer, good buddy of mine. He lives in Arizona, neat brother in the Lord. And he had in ears. And so I just noticed him wearing them and I, messaged him and said, hey, what are you using? And he told me what they were. And I honestly didn't remember what kind they were that he had. But I just thought, you know what, that's a good idea because I had the over the ear ones that would go in like regular earbuds. But I just didn't like the way they felt in my ear because it got sore. And so these are basically musician ear monitors, in-ear monitors. And so I got these, and yeah, they stake out a little bit, but they've got a thicker foam. And I bought this extra for like $12, a thicker foam sort of. I don't know if I have autofocus on. I don't, but they've got a thicker foam earpiece on it, so it actually is the Density Labs. Sorry, I'm reading your comment. Man, I'm all twisted up. This is fun, but it's got the thicker density foam, so it blocks out all the sounds. JT Baker, I got the J Labs from Amazon today. Awesome. I love my J Labs. In fact, I just took them inside. They were out here. I love my J Labs Sports earbuds, Bluetooth. They have great sound, good low end bass, great for music, phone calls, all sorts of stuff. I love them. And they're bi-aural, I think is what it's called, which again, I just said package and dirty output and now oral all in the same video. So everybody's just going to be loving this video. But yeah, so they balance out left and right stereo in your ears, and it's like a virtual surround sound kind of audio experience, which is really good, and I enjoy them. And I am a bit of an audiophile. I built my own subwoofer box with a 15-inch subwoofer that has 2.8762 cubic feet of airspace, which is exactly what the subwoofer needed because I'm that much into home theater and audio systems. Love and Ears, the Shure. Yes, Shure makes some great stuff. Anthony says, what do you think about the bone conduction ones? I have not tried them yet. I have heard that the bone conduction um, headphones, I guess you can call them, are really, really good. It's a weird concept to me, though. I've seen them. I've seen people that are wearing them and try them out and use them, but I have not myself. And so it's interesting that the vibration goes through basically your temple, from the way I understand it, and resonates into your eardrum, but you can hear everything. And so I would love one day to check those out and see what they're like, but I have not yet. So there you go, Anthony. Jeff says the Shure SE215s are killer. Well, I don't have them, so I wouldn't know, Jeff. I have Zenith ZSO something ZSO Pro. So there you go. Hey, I rhymed. So never mind. So the video on my channel that is getting the most views as of right now, and I say that because it is getting the most views, but it also is not, exploding and going viral, is a video that I put out 2 weeks ago on the top 5 questions every cigar smoker has asked in the past. And I realized after doing that, I had a couple people reach out to me, fellow reviewers, and they said, "Oh, what about this?" Or maybe, you could touch on that. I had already planned to break it up and do 5 different videos after, as more of like a cigar education, cigar knowledge kind of a thing. And so I'm going to be going into more detail with that, based off of the video, more detail into how does the wrapper affect the cigar, what does the vitola or the size, and what does a 54 ring gauge, what is a 52, a 6x52 Toro, what does that actually mean, what is a 52, and then it's 52 64ths of the ring gauge, and the 64 ring gauge is an inch, so it's 52 64ths of an inch, if you will. And I know you can break that down to smaller math and numbers, but I don't do math, so I won't do that for you. Zenith sounds like a planet from Alien. Haha, it does. Except Zenith for this is spelled with Z and not X. Maybe that's a Canadian way of doing it. But here in America, we spell Zenith with a Z. Just little FYI. A, B, C, L, L, M, N, O, P, all the letters of the alphabet. Will you sing with me? So I'm going to be doing a video on that, and that video has got more views than all the other ones on my channel, and I was blown away by when I released the Davidoff one, the Avo. I had a lot of fun editing the beginning of that one, and then with the 5 questions every cigar smoker has asked in the past, both those have done really well. My video that I released last week, the Espinosa Laranja Reserva, has done pretty decently well. I haven't checked the last couple days, just with the move and everything going on. But it seems like it's doing well so far. As I bump my microphone, sorry for everybody's ears that had to listen to that. I see a mosquito flying around, and I'm going to go to a side tangent on that for a second. So in Southern California here, they just announced in our city, and it's not like this next pandemic thing, but they announced that there are what they call day-biting mosquitoes. Oh, it's right there. Oh, and it flew away. It likes my screen, evidently, the brightness of it. Day-biting mosquitoes, and they are mosquitoes that don't wait until nighttime to go out and eat you alive, basically. And so during the day, I have, no joke, probably about 10 to 12 mosquito bites on each of my legs down by my ankles, because supposedly that mosquito likes to fly low to the ground and, well, attack your legs and ankles. So I saw the mosquito, and that's why I literally just pulled down my pant legs, because, well, yeah. Touche, didn't see that coming. No, the touche you did not see coming, my friend. You did not at all. Now I'm talking like you. I will say, for not puffing on the cigar very often, it is staying lit quite well. So that's what I'm going to be doing with my channel coming up. I've got the reviews, and then I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit here and there some of the 5 different things that happen. JT Baker, thank you. Sitting at 55 views. I did not know where it was at because I haven't paid attention to it. And that seems to be pretty much the norm, unless I do clickbait kind of titles, like, Davidoff lied, which intentionally I did to see what kind of traction it got, and it worked. Then I usually, oh, for sure, But I usually tend to sit around between 50 and 70-ish views within about a week and a half of my videos releasing, and that's fine. I've never been one that is out for, thousands and thousands of views and appealing to the masses and growing and exploding really quickly and then just dying off. I'm going to grow the way that I'm going to grow and the way that God's going to allow my channel to grow, and I'm totally at peace with that, and I'm fine with that. Obviously, I would love to be able to grow my channel and do different things. I mean, I've got a buddy, a neighbor who's going to be former neighbor since I'm moving, who started a vlog channel, and I mean, he started about a month before me, and he's sitting just shy of 500 subscribers and doing fantastic with it, and that's awesome. But again, cigars is a different niche than a family vlog, and I do some family vlogging stuff on mine. But that's just how it goes, and I've never been here to appeal to the masses. You guys have heard me say it when it comes to down to the nub and different things. Brandon and I, our mentality is the same thing. Obviously, we'd love to have more subscribers, but we're here to just have fun and enjoy being part of the community, and that's what we do. So that's what I've got coming up on my channel. Those are some different things I've got going on. What videos would you like to see me cover? What cigars would you like me to review? I know JT, I hope you enjoyed the McAuliffe Grande Bold A Maduro. You sent me those 2 sticks, which I greatly appreciate. I hope you enjoyed that review. I'm curious if my flavor notes and my take on that cigar were similar to yours. So let me know in the comments, because I'm curious as to whether your experience was similar to mine or whether mine was just completely different, which may happen because our palates are different. That's just how it goes. Jeff, how's your Fuente Friday treating you with your Don Carlos? Yeah, the bottle's not gonna make it through the night. And as I open this, I instantly think of the clip. I wish I could edit it in right now, but I just can't. The clip of Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber with Turbolax, 1/4 teaspoon for fast, effective relief. Yeah, that was really dumb. But that's just how it goes sometimes. Had to switch to earbuds. Peter is on Barrel Burner's Herf, and noise was bothering him. Well, tell Peter all well. That's my take on it. No, I love the Barrel Burners. They are family. We had Jason on Down to the Nub a couple weeks ago. Great guy. And just a good buddy. Good guy. And he's done phenomenal things with Barrel Burners. And I'm a proud member. I would flash my patch. But see, look, I've used all the different words now. I've used package. I've used flash. I've used dirty output. I've used all sorts of different words. So, I mean, Quakes and Joe, you should just be loving the content in this one. I think it was Quakes that said that. Sure did enjoy it. You pick up a whole lot more flavor notes than I do. Laugh out loud. Well, you know what? That's okay, because I know some people that review cigars that only get a couple flavor notes per cigar. And then there are people that, if you've ever watched Insomniac and Should I Smoke This? Then, I mean, he'll sit there and he'll rattle off like every single ingredient in 5 different types of wheat bread as a flavor note, and then throw in some random one like, and black licorice. I'll just be like, wait, you tasted everything that was earthy and then black licorice. How did it? Never mind. But each palate is different. And that's what I love about reviewing cigars and enjoying cigars is each palate is different. So I may get 2, 3, 4, 5 different flavor notes in just 1/3 of a cigar. And then it may transition to only 2 in the second third and, open up to more flavors that I'm tasting in the final third. But one of the things that I'm going to do is I did it while I was part of Dad Smoking Cigars, and the video did pretty well, respectively. And I did a video about flavor notes in cigars, and so I may not. Well, no, I guess you could say I'm redoing it. Screw it, leave the hat off. So I may redo that for my channel because it was an idea that I had thought of and just did for Dad Smoking Cigars. So I may do that for my channel and go over what it's like with flavor notes in cigars. I mean, you can go and check out that one on Dad Smoking Cigars YouTube page or YouTube channel if you like. In fact, JT, I think you support Dad Smoking Cigars and Kyle and what he's doing, and that's great. I was chatting with Kyle earlier tonight. He's still a good friend. So for people that have wondered, and I know I've said it a lot, but we're still good friends. There's nothing but good terms with us, and he's still a dear brother of mine. But yeah, I'm probably going to be redoing that one, just because I enjoyed it and I got a lot of feedback that was positive on it. I mean, I had a whole spread. In fact, it's funny, since we're packing and moving, one of the things that was, and I'm going to grab it right now. Forgive me for this. One of the things that I talked about in that video was vanilla, vanilla extract. And in some sweeter cigars, you can get vanilla notes and different things like that. Obviously, if you get an infused cigar like the Kojimar Blue Moon, which is a Kojimar Vanilla, it's going to be a vanilla infused cigar, so you're going to taste vanilla. But there are different notes that you can get. But it's funny, when I was cleaning up the studio and tearing it down, that bottle of pure vanilla extract evidently had fallen and gone somewhere on the floor and was covered up. And so when all right, brother, creeping up on midnight here, going to crash. God bless. Thanks, Steve. God bless you too. Take care, and we'll see you soon. But second stick, Lunatic Nicaragua, almost flying pig size. Very nice. But yeah, that bottle of pure vanilla extract was still out here, Joe, when I was cleaning up the studio. And my wife actually saw it today. And Erin looks at me and she goes, "Is that vanilla?" And I'm thinking she means there's a vanilla candle or like an air freshener. And I was like, "There's no vanilla out here." And she looked at me, she goes, "No, the vanilla extract." I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's there from when I did a vanilla flavor note in Flavor Notes and Cigars video, I think back in January, I think is when it was. But well, that's I know where it is now. I found it. So I appreciate that, Joe. But I may, like I said, I may redo it and cover that, but even maybe some more information about flavor notes in cigars, just because palates do change. And there actually is a couple things in there that I wanted to go more in depth with that I didn't. So that's part of the motivation, not just doing it again so it's on my channel and not the other one, because that's not the goal. But I may redo it because there's a couple other things that I'd like to throw in there. Ha 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 ha. Thank you for laughing at me. I appreciate that. Yes. People do that often in my household, especially my boys. You would think, having two sons, that my wife would be outnumbered, and it doesn't happen that way all the time. It does sometimes, but there are many times where I'm outnumbered by Aaron and the boys. So there's one thing that I'm working on that I haven't shared with anybody yet, and obviously it'll be here on YouTube and on the Cigar Show Tim Family Room. And if you're not part of the Cigar Show Tim Family Room, and you would like to be, go to Facebook and search Cigar Show Tim Family Room. That's the name of it, or Cigar Show Tim's Family Room, actually. And I would love to invite you, get you in there. And if you're not part of it, then we'd love to welcome you into the family room. And it's just a place where people can post what cigars they're smoking. Doesn't matter what it is. We're not there to go, "Oh, it's a fake Cuban." If you're enjoying a cigar, you're enjoying a cigar. And so that's what the group exists for, is to hang out, socialize, and post about your cigars. And sometimes we post different deals and offers and things that we may see. I post a lot of news articles, not a lot, but a decent amount of news articles, just for awareness of what's going on nationally with FDA and regulations and things of that nature. Post a lot of stuff from Half Wheel, so I do that, and it's just an information source. So if you would like to be part of that, then please, by all means, send me an invite or request to be part of that group, and I would love to do it. You can also follow it on Instagram. It's at Cigar Show Tim, Cigar Show Tim Family Room, I think is what it is. And there's not as much comment or content because it's just me posting on it. But it is there because I know there's some people that are out there. K Jacobs on Instagram, K Jacobs 1212, Ken Jacobs, good loyal guy who has been such a loyal follower. Very appreciative of him. But so it's there on Instagram as well. But I figured I would word vomit all of that out to you. But one thing that I'm working on that I have not told really anybody, well, not publicly at least, is since Tobacco Talk is the name of my Thursday reviews, and I wanted to come up with something that was clever that could eventually be branded and could be something that is mine. And so one of the things that is in the works is all of my videos and everything, my YouTube channel, all of that is all going to be soon labeled under Tobacco Talk Media. And there will probably be a website built and some different things coming. So the production value, if you will, is going to stay the same, but it's all going to be umbrellaed under Tobacco Talk Media, because I just want to do that. And with being in the event industry and doing photos and videos and different things like that, I want to have sort of a media company that all it falls under. I do have TRL Photos, which is my family photography, real estate, lifestyle, all those different things. But I just wanted to have something that is specific to my cigar journey and what's going on. So Tobacco Talk Media is something that will be coming up in the future. So if you're watching this on the replay, whether on Facebook in the family room or whether on my YouTube channel, let me know your thoughts and your comments, because it's not really going to change what happens. It's just going to be the way that it's produced. And for things in the future, they will probably end up becoming Tobacco Talk Media Productions and things of that nature. So we'll see how all that pans out. Still praying through a lot of it and seeing what that's going to look like, but that's what I am working on, in the middle of working on this cigar, which is a Gordo. And so I knew it was going to be a long cigar, and I'm about 55 minutes into it. But I haven't been, continuously puffing on it. Either my comments froze or everybody bailed on me. Okay, I still see people are there, um, but yeah, so that's what's going on. Tobacco Talk Media is going to be coming soon. I did rebrand and redo my intro for my YouTube videos for the Tobacco Talk ones. Instead of having the multi-screen saying Cigar Show Tim, it now says Tobacco Talk. And I am potentially looking at getting shirts and different things made. Let me know if you would be interested in them. Shirts made to sell that say Tobacco Talk, just as a way of promoting the show. Sounds good. Sounds cool. Good luck. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that. So I am looking at potentially branding the show and doing all those different things. And never mind. The Dodgers lost. The D-backs beat the Dodgers 5-3. That's I hate Arizona Diamondbacks. Anyways, kind of like kryptonite for the Dodgers for the last like 5 years. But I'm looking at branding my review channel and what's going on, and potentially selling shirts and different things for promotion, getting some hats made. I do have Cigar Show Tim hats that are made. I think I've got about 20 of them as of right now. And if you're interested in buying one, they're going to be $20, simple, easy. It's going to include shipping, and I don't have them up on a website, whatnot. But if you would like to purchase one of the Cigar Show Tim hats, they are the black and white one. And of course, I don't have one out here right now. They're in storage, but I will be selling those. So if you're interested, my wife thinks it's silly. She was like, why would you have your name out there for everybody? And I'm like, well, Bob the Cigar Guy does, this person does, that person does. That's just sort of how it goes. And I love hats. I live wearing hats, as you saw when I started the video, and I was wearing a hat. Granted, that was a Browning one for Browning guns, but yeah, so that's what I've got coming up. Lots of different things. See the things that you learn when you tune in and you watch behind the scenes in the family room on my YouTube. When I go live just randomly, I just start sharing all this fun information with everybody. Quakes 30, I really like the intro music, very upbeat. Thank you so much for that. I've had people say, I had one person say, and I took it as very good, positive, and constructive feedback. He said, when I think of cigars, I think of sort of Caribbean or Cuban lounge style music, not upbeat. But if it's what you enjoy, then go for it. It's your channel, you be you, kind of a thing. Which I appreciated the feedback, and I let him know that. But I like more upbeat, just sort of feeling and just a little more of a modern vibe, if you will. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Quakes. Joe says, love seeing your growth in the cigar community. Thank you, Joe. It's one of those things that I've said time and time again. It's humbling. That I never thought, when starting to enjoy cigars, and I started really enjoying cigars about a little over, probably about a dozen years ago, but really got into them within the last couple years. I never anticipated doing what I'm doing right now, sitting here on YouTube and Facebook Live, and talking with people and just sharing about what I do with cigars and how I enjoy them, and giving people my thoughts on it. Never would have thought that would have happened, but I am humbled, and I say that a lot, but it is the only words I can think of. They are the only words that I can think of. It is humbling to know that there are people that care about my opinion, that care about what I think about cigars, and tune into Down to the Nub. I mean, Brendan and I say it over and over again. Everybody's time is valuable, and we're humbled at the tens of listeners, as we say. But we're getting hundreds of listeners and impressions a week now on our show, and it's humbling. But I'm loving my cigar journey, and I'm just grateful, Joe, that I get to do this and that people pay attention to it. Let's see here. Anthony says, going to be in Vegas on Sunday to celebrate my retirement. Good for you, Anthony. And yes, congratulations on retiring. That is awesome. That is a wonderful, wonderful milestone to reach in life when you can retire and get paid for having fun, for doing nothing. It's the greatest thing in the world. I don't know if I'll ever retire because I go stir crazy. Um, Incognito, do you ever find time to watch other cigar review channels on YouTube? Great question, and I do. The ones that I've named some of them already while on this video. Oh, thanks whoever gave me the thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, if you could give me a thumbs up or a like, I would appreciate that. That always helps with the algorithm formula, something doodad bloopity bloops on YouTube. But thank you for that. But yes, so I watch Ron Real TV. Ron's a good down to earth guy. And he's got just a phenomenal production value and presentation to what he does with his cigar reviews. So I watch Ron. I watch High Desert Man when he does his reviews. Vic Evans. I watch Martina Maya. I watch Bakersfield Gentleman. Frankie Miguel are good guys. I watch Smoke and Lead. Robert and Caesar are good guys as well. I watch Kevin Shahan, so Cigar Prop. Gosh, I know I'm forgetting some. There are quite a few out there, but I watch quite a few. Cigar Artistry is another one. That's a great channel. He does great content. The way that he produces it is just so simple, but it's very, very classy and elegant. He's good. I think of Gerald at Cigar Artistry is a good guy. I'm trying to think of others, and I know I'm forgetting some. And I used to watch Anthony. I've been trying to get you tens of listeners or teens of listeners. I'm going to take that as tens of listeners and not teens because I would prefer teens not watch cigar related content to comply with FDA. So I'll just say that was a typo and we'll go with tens of listeners. Um, but but I know there's other reviewers out there. But those are the ones that I watch. Obviously, I still watch Dad Smoking Cigars. I know it's bad that I forgot that one, considering that was how I got my start in doing cigar reviews. But I still watch Kyle. I have not watched his Alec Bradley Habano review that he posted today yet, but I will be watching that one. And so I watch quite a few different channels, incognito, and those are the normal rotation of the ones that I go through. But what other channels, what other reviewers do all of you watch? Because I know there are a ton out there, and I'm always looking for content. I mean, Lee Mack's another great one. I don't know how I forgot Lee Mack, and then Bob the Cigar Guy obviously was on earlier. Bob the Cigar Guy is great. Chief or Steve Finley, Chief is a great one. Chief Talk. I try and jump on when they go live just to say hey and hang out as long as I can. Because they put out great stuff, and Bob and Chief are both great brothers in the Lord as well. So good people. And Lee Mack, obviously, I mean, you can't go wrong with Lee Mack. Joe says the random lives are really cool. The spur of the moment, unplanned lives makes it interesting. It does, and I like just sort of filling in, going with how it feels and the vibe and what's going on. I was a communications major in college with an emphasis in public relations, mainly to do event planning. But I took a lot of public speaking classes, and I just enjoy being able to share my thoughts. If you ask a lot of people, I'm not a man of few words, and that's just I like talking. So clearly, I've been talking for an hour and 3 minutes on here, so it makes it easy. I've been trying. Oh yeah, I just read that one. 13, 14, 15, 16. The quantity teen. Anthony, you make me laugh. Incognito, what other channels do you watch? I'm curious. Not because I'm like, oh, who do you watch? Who do you pay attention to? But I love getting to check out other channels. Um, the Dawn Reviews was doing reviews about a year ago. Younger guy on the scene, exploded on the scene, and he did a couple of videos with Bradley over at Zeal Cigars, and he jumped up in subscribers really quick and was doing great. And then life happened, and unfortunately, just some different things. He's not doing reviews like he was. I know he's talked about wanting to get back into it, but he just hasn't. So Juan's a good guy. The Dawn Reviews. If you haven't checked out any of his reviews, then you really should, because he's got such a good palate for such a young person. Because he's barely 21, and I say barely, but he's 21 years old. And for the palate and the flavor notes that he can pick up, it's phenomenal. But he's really into cooking. And so his palate is used to picking up flavor notes of cooking and being able to pick out different ingredients. and so that's why he's so good with cigars. I also watched the Smoking Preacher. Yes, the Smoking Preacher, and he started following me lately, and he's jumping on down to the Nub Live and different things. And again, it's another YouTube reviewer who's got a style all his own, and I love that because I mean I checked out another channel and I can't remember the name of it, and he reviews cigars and he's been doing it for a year and a half or so, and he doesn't get a ton of views, which I feel bad, but he's given his honest take on cigars. I should really look to see who it was because I don't remember if it was Facebook or YouTube that he was doing them, but he was doing cigar reviews and was just doing really just honest reviews, which was great. Now I'm looking to see. Oh, Jeremy Sires released a new one. I do watch Jeremy Sires as well, and he released 5 Habits That Changed My Life today. And in 11 hours, he's gotten 13,000 views. Good for him, though. And Vic Evans with Triple Cap Show, which was tonight, which I didn't catch because I was moving things. For those of you that don't know, High Desert Man and Smoking Lead partnered together for a show called Triple Cap, which is great because there's 3 people. So Triple Cap, great double play on the words for that. And so they do lives on every other Friday at, I believe it's 5:30. I think they're considered mountain time. And so they do those, but I cannot find that cigar reviewer. That's going to bug me. I'll have to find it and post about him later. But he does great reviews, and they're just simple, down to earth ones, which is awesome. But I will have to find that. I can't remember their channel name. 2 guys out of New York. I want to say it's Brother Cigar. Yeah, so there's Brother Cigar, and they're funny actually because one time one was smoking a cigar, one was smoking a pipe, and they argue. And I think they're twins actually. I think Brother Cigar, unless I'm thinking of a different channel, I think they're twins. But I believe I know who you're talking about. And then Anthony, Ron Real TV is the only different one we don't share. Interesting. Now, have you checked out Ron Real TV or at 901_Ron on Instagram? His production value, and he exploded on the scene when he did March Madness. Or I don't know if he called it March Madness or Cigar Madness, I think is what he called it, because basketball and March Madness ended when COVID and all that stuff happened. And he did one of the greatest competitions, battles, if you will, of cigars. Oh, excuse me. That's taboo and on camera, by the way. And when he did his Cigar March Madness, I mean, he just exploded, rightfully so, because he was partnering phenomenal cigars, and he paid for them all. They all came out of his pocket. I mean, he spent hundreds of dollars on cigars to do that, but the way that he put those together and did everything was awesome. And so Ron's a good guy. Ron McCoy is a good reviewer. And so I mean, you got to go with what you like. If there's a reviewer out there that just doesn't hit your style and what you like, then by all means, there's nothing wrong with that. And every good cigar reviewer will tell you that. And Ron will tell you that too. Hey, there's channels that, you know what, some people like and some people don't. And that's just how it goes. That's why there are so many different channels out there. I mean, like I've mentioned with some of the different ones, Martina Maya was recording in his car for a while, and now he's doing the outdoor picnic bench, and he's got his own unique style. And there's, you know, Ron Real, and he's got his style out on his sort of patio, his sunroom area. And then you've got, you know, Vic Evans, who's in his studio, you know, High Desert Man. You've got Smoking Lead, and they're in his garage man cave area. There's just a lot of different perspectives that people share about cigars that I absolutely love and I think is awesome. And it says, I follow him plus all the other ones you mentioned. Oh, very cool. And I'm probably, of all the ones you follow, I'm probably the one with the youngest, newest channel. And that's okay. I like that. I like being the new guy. Even though I've been in the reviewer game for almost 2 years. Yeah, almost 2 years, I think. We'll say that. Sure. I like that. I enjoy I enjoy where I am in the, and I don't want to say in the industry, but I enjoy what I do. And I know I say that a lot, but I really do enjoy it because it's me. It gives me the opportunity to share my thoughts, to um, you know, have community with people and to be social and to engage with people, especially with all this COVID stuff that's happened. A lot of new things have started up after COVID-19 hit. I mean, Down to the Nub started after COVID-19 hit. And there's just a lot of good stuff out there. So I love checking out other people's channels. Some of them may not fit me. Some of them might. I mean, Insomniac, should I smoke this? I watched his quite a bit at the beginning, and I don't so much anymore. And there's nothing wrong with that. I used to watch a lot of Tim Swanson and Cigars Daily. I don't anymore, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, Tim's a good guy. He's got Cigars Daily. He's doing very well. Bradley Reith, who's got Zeal Cigars, I used to watch a lot of his reviews, and I don't anymore. And I think it's only because I've got a community of people that are reviewers that are similar to me without the brick and mortar business mindset of it. And that's just where I've been recently. Let's see if it stayed lit. I've been talking for a while. Nope. I knew it was going to happen eventually. Put the microphone on the wrong side. I realize that as I'm holding my cigar and I do this and bong right into the microphone. Probably wasn't very smart. I'm going to have to switch to the other side, which just means that this week's episode of Down to the Nub Live on Sunday, I'll probably do it here from the non-studio studio. The enjoyment you have comes through in your videos. I appreciate that. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that comment. It's me. There are other reviewers that are very, and I've said this before multiple times, and it's not a negative thing. I don't think it is. There are reviewers that are out there that are very produced and very production value, wanting to be, pseudo TV production style. There's Delicia, who's out there, Cigar Viction. I've watched her reviews. There's Brian Glenn. There's, other people that are out there that have a very produced look. And I just like being casual. You could say that Jeremy Sires has a produced look because of his quality of his video. But he's too relaxed and casual, I think, to really have a produced kind of feel to it, despite his phenomenal graphics and music and overlays and equipment and on and on and on and everything that he's got. I enjoy being me, and that's really what I think has I don't want to say worked to my advantage because it sounds like a manipulation thing, but I think that's what has allowed me to be part of the community that I'm in, is because there are people that just want genuine. They just want down to earth. There are reviewers out there that no matter what cigar you hand them, because they were sent the cigar by somebody or by a company that they want to get on the good side of, they'll say it was an amazing cigar. They'll say it was good. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, this is the best cigar. You've got to go get it. That's just not me. If I'm not enjoying a cigar, I'll tell you I'm not enjoying a cigar. I've done that on my channel. The first review I did, that was the way it was. And so I want to be real. And if I'm ever getting to the point, and I'm saying this with all sincerity, if I ever get to the point where it doesn't seem as though I'm appreciating everybody who supports me, and I feel as though, or I come across as though I'm too big for my britches, so to speak, I need you guys to hold me accountable. Call me and check on that one. Call me out on it. Do it respectfully. Do it in love. But hold me accountable, keep me in place, and just be like, hey, Tim, was that really the right thing to do? Or what happened to the people that have been following you for so long? What about remembering them? Because I don't ever want to forget that. Anthony, I totally agree with you, or I agree with you totally. Yeah, and that's just what it comes down to. It comes down to being real. It comes down to being genuine. It comes down to being authentic. And honestly, everybody is viewers, and I put myself in that category also as a viewer, because I do view other channels and their videos. The viewers can tell if a reviewer is not genuine. The viewers can tell if a reviewer just throws together a video and puts it up, and the editing is raw. And I don't mean raw as in they just went for it. I mean, Smoke and Lead is very underproduced intentionally. Robert and Caesar like putting out what they put out, and it's very simple, like hanging out with a couple buddies, which I love. But if your editing is, you're leaving in a take that was an oops take, or you're doing different things, and not not making it look the way that you would be proud of, I guess, then that's where I think they're doing a disservice to themselves. Doesn't make them a bad person, doesn't make them a bad reviewer, doesn't make them negative anything. It just again, it doesn't fit the perspective that I like to come from. And people have said, "Oh, I like your production value." And when I switched to the different camera lens and did that with the last couple reviews, people notice and they're like, "Oh my gosh, your quality and the visuals and all those different things just look like such a big improvement in where you were." And I appreciate that, but I also want to remember what I was doing content wise, because I look back to when I first started with Dad Smoking Cigars and the way that Kyle and I did reviews, and it was just like, wow. I look back and I go, those some of those are terrible. The lighting, the coloring, the audio. I mean, all sorts of. We went through audio issues for weeks and weeks and weeks, and had people say your audio quality's been terrible the last 2 weeks. I haven't been able to watch it because they were that bad. And it's constructive feedback. I don't take it as like, well, then forget you. I'm just going to do my reviews, and you don't need to be a subscriber. I even responded to that person, said thank you. We got a new soundboard, we got some new microphones, we're working on some different things. Hopefully, it works out better for you in the future. But I like that feedback, and I don't remember where I was going with that. So I have done the same thing. Just lost interest for production content reasons. Yeah, everyone's got their own flavor. Everyone's got their own style that they like, and go to the style that you like. There's nothing wrong with that. I've had people that have subscribed to my channel that 2 or 3 weeks later unsubscribe. I don't see who it is that unsubscribe, but they unsubscribe. And I haven't had very many people unsubscribe from my channel. I'll just put it that way. Since it started, I've lost a couple here and there, and that's fine. It is what it is. Instagram goes up and down every day, and that's just Instagram, because there's bots out there that subscribe and or follow you, and then they're a fake account. But if my content's not for somebody, I'm okay with that, because there are a lot of other people out there that produce great content. And as much as we're all against each other in the sense that, oh, it's my channel and I'm trying to get subscribers, at the end of the day, if you get all of us together, I mean, I'm in a group on Facebook with a bunch of other cigar reviewers, influencers, if you will, and we'll share ideas and concepts and different things like that, because at the end of the day, the better all of us get, the better the content is for everybody that enjoys it and that views and listens to the content. And if we can help each other get better, then why not? And some of the reviewers that are and content creators that are in that are channels that have thousands more subscribers than I do. And I'm honored to be a part of that group and to be asked to be a part of that group. And I've been asked to do some really cool things before starting my own channel, and since I've started it, and doing reviews with a group of people, and going on live with some other people in the industry and stuff like that, aside from Down to the Nub. And it's just cool to be a part of a community that enjoys cigars, that listens to cigar reviews, but also gets to put out content. And I say it that way intentionally because I get to put out content. I'm not forced to. I don't have to, but I want to, and I get to. And I love that about this passionate hobby, because it means that what I'm doing is something that I'm invested in because it's fun. Joe, I missed your comment. I apologize. Forgive me for that. It was a few minutes ago. Love Smoking Lead. They make it relatable, like if it was me sitting with my best friend smoking a cigar. Exactly. And Caesar and Robert are two of the most down to earth, awesome guys that you'll ever talk to. And I've collabed with them once, maybe twice before, and they're just good people. And they'll tell you they just sit there, and whatever comes out comes out. If they taste something weird, they'll tell you they taste something weird. And it's fun to see what they get flavor wise, and it's fun to see what their reviews are, because I don't think they have a review that's under 15 minutes long, because that's their style. They're usually 30 to 40 minutes long, and they leave everything in there. They cut in between segments, but that's just how they are. And again, I love their style because that is their style. It's great seeing other reviewers coming together to collaborate and show that it doesn't have to be a turf war, but instead a big family. And that's exactly it. One of the things that Brandon and I set out to do with Down to the Nub, other than just support the cigar community, was exactly that, was to show that we are a community, whether it's reviewers, whether it's content creators, whether it's I'm shaking my leg, which is shaking the mic. Look at that bounce. But it's a community. The cigar industry is small. When you get down to it, the cigar community and industry is small. Everybody knows everybody in the industry. Um, and we wanted to have an opportunity to, I mean, we've brought on other reviewers and other people that are putting out content and doing different things, because we want to help spotlight them too. And a lot of them have many more subscribers than we do, but it doesn't matter, because we want to spotlight them. And we brought on, like I mentioned earlier, We brought on, Jason Ante, the founder of Barrel Burners, which has thousands of members worldwide. And I mean, that's a much further reach, than we have. I mean, they're doing a live herf right now that Peter obviously is in, which is awesome. And they are an active community and an active family group. But we had him on because I wanted to make sure anybody that wasn't aware of barrel burners, that was interested in potentially joining them, they understood what that community was like, and that there is a community and a family group out there. There's Shadow Smokers Legion, there's Asheville Cigar Club, I mean, there's Black Hen Cigar Society, there's Distinguished Ruffians, there's what is it, Silverback Cigar Club. I mean, there are just so many cigar clubs. There's ones that are started up by manufacturers. I mean, Blue Line Cigar Club, that started up with Frontline Cigars Steve, who's a good buddy and makes great cigars. It is a big community, and that's what I love about being able to do what I do, is being able to talk with manufacturers. And I don't say that like I talk to them all the time, because I don't. But being able to talk with manufacturers and get to hang out with them every once in a while and do things like that, and just get good friendships. I mean, everybody wants to have good friendships, and not just surface level, shallow, pathetic ones, but you want to have meaningful friendships and relationships. And I've been able to build some of those in the cigar industry, and I'm humbled and honored by that, and I love it. And I talked too long again. Where's this? Sorry, just checking something out. All right, there we go. Any other questions for me at all? I mean, like I said, it's social hour. I've been just gabbing where everybody's listening to me. I love the comments and everybody contributing. And that's really where when you put out content, that's where it's satisfying and edifying as the content creator. When people leave comments on your videos and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to your channel and do all of that, that's what validates what we're doing. And whether it's one person liking a video and one having only one subscriber, or having a million likes and having a viral video, it really doesn't matter. But contributing to the conversation and having the conversation really be in the comments is a lot of fun, because I interact and comment back and and put a heart on every single comment that comes in on my videos, intentionally, because I want everybody that leaves a comment to know I pay attention and I appreciate them following. NECM had a review. Oh yeah, New England Cigar Militia had a review with Kevin from Rockefeller today. Yes, that's right. And Kevin Perro is a good guy. New England Cigar Militia. I mean, he's starting to do his lives and do his show. And Kevin's a good guy. I was going to meet him down in San Diego, California, here a few weeks ago, and it just didn't work out schedule wise, and I was bummed. But Kevin's a good guy. And he's doing awesome stuff. And he hustles. He's got his regular job working, and does everything for the Cigar Militia on the side, and the big things he's working on, commish coffee and all that kind of stuff. He's a hustler. But yeah, New England Cigar Militia had a review with Kevin from Rockefeller today. And I mean, look at that show. Look at the different lives that are popping up and people that are doing different things. We had, Miguel Shadell on, and I learned that it was Shadell this past Sunday when he was on Down on the Live, because he said the ending of his first and last name rhymes, so that's the only way. Because I was saying Miguel Shodel. But anyway, side tangent. But he was talking about different stuff he's doing in lives and engaging with the community and engaging with the consumers and doing all of that with Lights On, or Keep the Lights On, with Luciano Morellas, with Ace Prime Cigars, and the different things they're doing. There are a ton of live shows and things that are going on. I mean, Cigar Enthusiast Ray is a great guy who's going to be traveling around and doing different things nationwide, just getting able to go live and do live shows with people around the country and in the different lounges and bring exposure to the brick and mortars is a passion of his. I think it's awesome. Who would be a guest for Down to the Nub that you wish to have one day? Ooh, Quakes, that is a good question. Anthony said he has my Boston accent. There you go, Boston. And I won't try and do it any more than that because I'm pathetic at accents. But Brandon and I have talked about this. There are some big names that we would love. And yes, there's the Arnold Schwarzeneggers, there's the Sylvester Stallones, there's those people, and I'm not belittling them at all because they enjoy cigars. But there are some big name cigar smokers that we would love to get on the show. Some of them make their own cigar lines. A number of them are retired professional athletes, and so you can let your guesses go from there. But there are some cool people that we would love to have on, whether it be Carl Malone, David Ortiz, Michael Jordan, just a bunch of different people that we would love to have on. And it's not from the standpoint of publicity and get us a bunch of subscribers, but it yeah, hurt my ears. Um, but because it would allow us to just show that there are people from every walk of life that enjoy cigars, and so we would love to have some of those people on, and we may or may not be working on some of that. I can't confirm nor deny that possibility for Down to the Nub Live, but we've got the next month or so booked out to give you guys an idea of what's going to be going on in Down to the Nub Live and who we've got coming on. This week, we are probably going to have Michael Wells of Little Guy Cigar Shop. He's been open for a month, and we'd love to recap how the first month has gone, what he's got going on, what it's like running a business, all that kind of stuff. But we are looking at having Jesse Flores, who was an artist for Drew Estate for a long time. He designed a lot of the water tower containers for Drew Estate. He's going to be coming on in a couple weeks. James with Sinistro Cigars is going to be coming on. We've got Casey with Crux Cigars coming on. We've got Jeff Amendola and Chris with Amendola Cigars, Chris Monaco. And so we've got some really cool industry people coming up in the month of August that we're really, really excited about. Yes, JT, you said it right. Oh, I'm going to go back to Joe real quick. The COVID-19 has sucked, but in another sense has also been a blessing in a way. It has allowed for more family time and has made our cigar community a lot closer with all the lives and hurts. You're absolutely right, Joe. Brendan and I in our weekly podcast, the pre-recorded ones, we love that we get to just be real and be us. And a lot of people have really gravitated and been drawn into that format of the Thursday pre-recorded because it's just real life. And we may have guests on here and there, but for the most part, it's just us talking real life. And a lot of people have jumped onto that, and we're very appreciative of that. JT Baker says Brandon wants sports guys on the show. What? Go sports ball! Yes, and Quakes is chiming in. Yes, exactly. But he does because we want to have a platform that that again just shows that people from all walk of life enjoy cigars, and it's not let's get 10,000 people to watch a video, let's get this, let's get that, but we want to show that people of notoriety and everyday people and everything in between enjoy cigars. Joe says Jesse is an amazing man. Yes, and his I've got a funny story about Jesse actually. So he started a foundation because of his daughter. And it's called Victims 1975, I believe. I could be butchering that completely. I think it's Victims 1975. And we were talking with him about incognito. I'll get to that in a second. We've been talking with him about coming on and doing some different things because of his foundation and what he does. He's just got a really, really cool backstory. Obviously, his experience in the industry was being an artist for Drew Estate and designing the water towers and doing all those different things. But with my channel, I've got a good buddy who's in the automotive apparel industry, longtime friend. He's the guy that his family was making the Dad Smoking Cigars trucker hats when we were doing those. And his apparel company is just doing phenomenal. His blog gets like 1 million views a month because he just is that well immersed into the auto industry and writing reviews and doing test drives of vehicles and writing up articles. But he gets pitched a lot of stories, and he had one that was pitched to him by the publicity company, the marketing company for Jesse, and said, "Hey, would you be interested?" He's got apparel, he's got shirts, he's got all those different things. And I looked at it, and I honestly, because we're getting ready to sell our house and do different things, totally forgot about it. And then Brandon said, "Hey, I want to have Jesse, who was an artist for Drew Estate, and blah, blah, blah." And I thought, that sounds familiar to me. So I went back and I looked at my email. from my buddy and for the marketing firm for Jesse, and come to find out it was the exact same thing. It was Jesse for both of them. So I'm gonna on my channel probably be doing some stuff to spotlight his apparel and interview Jesse on my channel. But we're gonna have Jesse on with Down to the Nub Live coming up in a couple weeks here. And so funny, again, small world thing. Incognito, I'd love to see you and Terrence Riley from Aganorsa Leaf sit down together for a chat. That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. And Aganorsa Leaf's got a lot of good cigars coming out. Obviously, they've got the Supreme Leaf and different things that they've released recently that Ron Reel's done reviews on. A lot of people have jumped on board with them recently. I know that Amendola Cigars, I just mentioned Jeff Amendola and Chris Monaco with Amendola Cigars a minute ago, but they just partnered with the La factory for a lot of their cigars that they're having done. They were with another factory that was producing them, and now they are with La factory, but they are in the process of doing some stuff with Aganorsa as well. And so I'm really curious to see what their new stuff is, because I smoked the old entire line and it was phenomenal. But I'm really curious to see what the new stuff from Amendola. And I should have some of that stuff coming to me in the next couple weeks here when they get it in country. So I'm excited and looking for that. But I would love to sit and talk with Terrence with Aganorsa Leaf and have him on Down to the Nub Live and do that. So we may reach out. That's a good idea. We may reach out and get something like that set up, because we would love to. Look, we know that Brandon, for those of you that don't know, I'll say it now. Brandon is a broker in the industry, and he represents, I think he's got 8 different lines now, and accessories and cigar lines. And he's in the boutique industry. We love boutiques, but we have no problem spotlighting heritage lines as well. But obviously, Aganorsa not being heritage, but we would love to bring on people from any different manufacturing company that would love to jump on with us. I mean, I'm working on getting Pete Johnson to come on from Tatuaje. I was part of the group review that Kevin Shahan with Cigar Prop put together with myself, High Desert Man, Smoking Lead, Cigar Artistry, and Kevin and Jesse over there at Cigar Prop. And that was awesome. And Pete Johnson jumped on for a little while for that. And so working on getting him on there. And the Tatuaje, the 2020 Tatuaje TAA, I will tell you right now, that is in the running for top cigar of the year for me for 2020 right now. It is a phenomenal cigar. So if you have not had one, you need to go try and find one, because obviously they're limited boxes. But go and try and find that 2020 TAA, which is really the last hurrah. If you watch that interview, it's up on my YouTube channel here. And Pete talks about it at the beginning. It's sort of the last hurrah for the TAA cigars for Tatuaje. But check that one out. But yeah, I mean, to come back to it, Incognito, that's definitely one manufacturer we would love to get on Down to the Nub Live. Steve from Los Caídos. Los Caídos has been Steve's been making the rounds lately. He's been talking with some different people, and I think it's awesome. And absolutely, Los Caídos. There's OM Cigars, which has jumped on the scene, sort of exploded recently. There's Cigars are. Robert, and he's doing awesome things. He's actually not far from me. He's in Riverside, which is the next town over from where I'm currently living. And, we may collaborate on something soon here. And he's pushing OM Cigars, which is great, and doing awesome things. He's exploded. I mean, Cigars are is exploded on the scene in the last couple months since COVID started. But Los Caídos Cigars, OM Cigars, and I reached out to Los Caídos, and it just wasn't the right time for me to buy from them. Not anything on their end, but just from me. I just, with the house and different things going on, I just needed to put that off for a little bit. But yeah, there are a lot of manufacturers that we would love to get on Down to the Nub Live, and we're working on it. We're working on getting different people on as a continuous, diverse grouping of people, from cigar reviewers and people that are in the industry to manufacturers to the salespeople to everything in between. And so we welcome any input that all of you have as far as bringing people on. But yeah, we'd love to have Terrence. We'd love to have Steve. We'd love to have them on Down to the Nub Live and do that. That's a Lancero, right? The TAA? No, the TAA was a Toro. Technically, it wasn't a Toro. It was a 6.25 by 56, I believe. So I don't know what you would technically call that Vitola, because I honestly don't remember those numbers very well as to what it represents in the Vitola. Speaking of housing, how's the house shopping going? Don't know if you have answered that already. So we went and checked out a couple of houses today. Thanks for asking that, Quakes. I appreciate that because I mean it's real life. We went and checked out a couple houses today. Let me try and keep my cigar alive. Whew, that was peppery. That was spicy. Ooh, caramel breadiness. Yummy. So house hunting. Now a sip. It's going. The Southern California housing market is ridiculous right now. Um, Houses are selling well above their actual appraised value, which makes it challenging because anytime you buy a house that is appraising lower than you agree to buy it for, anything on that difference, you basically just got to throw in as cash on top of it and not part of your loan, your financing. So, say a house, I'll make it round number. Say a house appraises at $500,000, and you want to buy it for $515,000 because that's the amount that you want to buy because you really love the house and you want to get into it. Uh, they will do the loan off of the 500, and you will have to throw in the cash right away for the $15,000 difference and then finance the additional 500,000 or whatever you're doing as your down payment. So Matt Hashimoto, what is going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. And so the housing market here in Southern California is pretty ridiculous right now. It's just going gangbusters. It's a seller's market. We sold our house. I sold my house here in 7 days. I mean, we listed it. There were two others on the same street as us in our townhouse community, all for sale. One was 5,500 more than ours. One was $10,000 more than ours that we listed it at. All three of ours sold quickly. The one that listed for 10,000 more than us uh, sold in like 3 days. Ours sold in a week, and then the other one sold in about a week and a half. So the market's just ridiculous here in Southern California. But for buying, it's a bidding war, plain and simple. And cash is king. And people are coming in with cash offers for $500,000 and buying a house, and investors and flipping it and doing different things. Yeah, Matt, you're right. Housing is crazy everywhere right now. The market is just nuts. Everybody waited to see what was going on with COVID, and with interest rates as low as they are, I mean, it's just nuts. You can get, I think it's 2.75% interest rate right now, 2.5 or 2.75. As my realtor's associate told us today when we went and toured a couple houses, it's basically free money. I mean, you're paying so little interest on your loan that it's basically free money that they're giving out at such an inexpensive price. But you've got to be able to find the house, and you've got to be able to buy it. You've got to be able to be the winning bid. And so we found a house. We found a couple houses today that we really like. One of them, the terms of it, with the length of time they wanted it in escrow. They wanted 60 days in escrow and a 15-day rent back and different things, and that's just not conducive to what we want. And all the other offers are $15,000 over asking, which means it's probably about $10,000 to $15,000 over what it's appraised at, which means they're probably cash offers, and we're out anyways because we're not paying full cash for it. We've got a very nice down payment, but we definitely don't have a cash offer for a house unless we were going to move to, like, Idaho and buy a house there. Um, but uh, but yeah, we found another one that we really do like, that we went and checked out today, and so our realtor is checking with the listing agent to see what's going on. We're putting in an offer, and I think they're going to review them on Monday, and we'll see what God's will is with that. We fell in love with the house. I walked in at first and didn't care for it, and we were there for probably a good 25-30 minutes looking around, checking it out, thinking through ideas, my wife and I, with our realtor's associate. And by the end of it, it was just like, I'm in love with this house. And so we'll see what happens. Again, we don't know how that's all going to pan out. We would love for this to be the house because we've been looking around for a month and a half now and put in multiple offers. Some of the offers we've retracted after counter offering a couple times, but that's just how it is right now. JT says, we just got pre-approved for a new house, so we're going to be in the same boat as you. Good for you. Congratulations. Getting pre-approved and knowing what you are able to buy and what you can afford and what the bank will loan you is awesome. We are blessed with my income, and I don't make a ton of money. I work at a private Christian university, but I make a good enough income to where we qualified on just my income with my credit score and everything. And obviously my wife's still going to be on the house. We're married. I'm not one of those, not going to do that obviously and have it be just in my name. It's our house, it's our family, and that'll never change. But we were blessed to where I qualified with just me, and so we'll see where our house is, and it's cool knowing what the bank will allow you to do, and we know what sort of our limit on the loan amount is after our down payment, and that's what we're working with. Yes, Anthony, that's right. Good luck to JT on that process, because I know exactly what that's like, and I truly wish you the best of luck. But Matt Hashimoto, what are you smoking? You better be smoking. You've been smoking like a chimney lately, and I've been loving all of your posts in the Cigar Show Tim family room here, and what you've been enjoying. You're in Vegas. You're traveling around. Quake says, "Well, God willing, you will get the house that God will bless you with." And you know what? That's exactly right. We know that when God says it's our house, there may be offers that are higher than ours. There may be cash offers, but when it's going to be our house, we know it's going to be our house, and we hope that soon. We're blessed to live with my in-laws, rent free, and stay there. But we know that that's a temporary desire of ours, especially with the school year and the boys and classes. Even though they're starting the first half of the year virtual and doing all those different things, we want to have a house that's ours. We want to have the yard. We want to have the next chapter in what we're calling our forever house. So we'll see what happens. Matt, you better tell me you're smoking something right now. I'm smoking a Dapper Cigars Kubo Sumatra Gordo, and it is tasty. I love how all of you have been on with me for anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour and 40 minutes. I love this. Thank you so much. And I got another thumbs up there. So, um, sorry, I read the comment, sidetracked me. So thank you for that. I'm going to guess that was Matt. So, but if it wasn't, then thank you, whoever it was that gave that second thumbs up. I appreciate it. Quake says, I just saw Mookie's throw. Don't like the Dodgers, but wow. Yeah, that throw was on the money to third base. Boom. I mean, it was just a bullet straight there. Like I said at the beginning, it took me back to the mid to late 90s. And I grew up a Dodgers fan. It's out of camera right now. My in laws, for my birthday last year, if you look right up there, you can see it. And I'm terrible at holding the camera. Um, my in-laws gave me, since I'm a Dodgers fan, an autographed Eric Karros baseball bat that my father-in-law got at a fire department Christmas party auction a few years back and whatnot. Um, and so I've been a Dodgers fan, but it reminded me, the Mookie Betts throw tonight reminded me of Raul Mondesi, whose nickname was the Cannon. In fact, I think he even got that tattooed on his right tricep or bicep. Um, Raul Mondesi, 96, 97, 98, when he was, right field for the Dodgers, played for all those years for them. He was known for the guy you did not want to not steal a base, but tag up and run or try and get, an extra base hit because he would throw you out. And seeing Mookie Betts do that tonight, straight into the third baseman, right there to him. I mean, just straight to Justin Turner and, tagging the runner out was just awesome to see. Anthony said, I'm hoping to have the same opportunity in about a year moving to Florida. Good for you, Anthony. JT Baker says, that's awesome of them. I don't know what part that's awesome. It was at the Dodgers. Oh, for giving the bat. Sorry. That's how good my short-term memory is. Yeah, I'm blessed by my in-laws. There's no two ways around it. I truly am. I married up and married an absolutely beautiful, but amazing woman of God, and the way she nurtures and takes care of our boys and loves me, and everything. I couldn't ask for anything more, and I frankly, there are days where I think I don't deserve it, but God's grace says I do, and I'll take it because my wife is amazing, not just physically in her looks, but just the way that God wove her together. And my in-laws are the same when it comes to being generous and giving and nurturing and caring. And so yeah, I've got amazing in-laws. I'm one of the few people that will publicly admit that I've got amazing in-laws, and my mother-in-law is not an overbearing, over-nagging woman at all. She had sometimes at the beginning of our marriage when we had our first son, but it was the being a new grandma and wanting to see her grandkid. And I can't fault her for that. But no, I don't have the overbearing mother-in-law. I don't have the nosy in-laws. My parents aren't nosy, so my wife doesn't have the nosy in-laws. We're just blessed all the way around. There's no other way to say it. Um, so, sorry, I'm gonna check something here real quick on the computadora. I know it was good Spanish, wasn't it? La computadora. I know that was really dumb. Excuse me. Um, well, I think I'm actually going to jump off and just hang out and enjoy the end of my cigar. I actually have a little bit of photo editing to do for a job that I need to wrap up and send over. Our internet was off for the last day and a half because they turned it off prematurely, partly because I asked them to on a certain date and then we're still here, so I had to have them reactivate it. But anyways, I've got to get that up and going again. So I think I'm going to jump off here. I mean, I've been on here for an hour and 45 minutes now, and I thank everybody for jumping on, for contributing to the conversation. Conversation. I can talk sometimes, but contributing to the conversation, and I love this. I love being part of the cigar community. I love that you guys would take time out of your day, your night, and just hang out with me while I smoke a cigar and talk to a camera while talking to all of you. Anthony, yes, you're right. In-laws are awesome despite people's opinions. Yes, they are. And it's all perception. It's what you make of it. I know some people have unfortunate circumstances with in-laws, but I'm blessed, and I know a lot more people than probably admit it are blessed by their in-laws. So I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to jump out of here. Where did that go? Right here, and enjoy it. Incognito. Oh, Quake said, "Well, Tim, I had a great time. Good night. Until next time." Yes, Quakes, thank you so much for jumping on. Incognito, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. It was fun, and you're always a gracious host. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. JT Baker, have a great night, everybody. See you Sunday on Down to the Nub at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is correct. 0147 here. Yes, Anthony, it is early for you, early in the morning, late at night, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to jump off and move this out of the way so I can see my computer. And Cigar Mechanic Hydro Flask, by the way, amazing, 40 ounces, and it's awesome. So I'm going to jump out of here. Thank you, everybody, for jumping on, hanging out with me tonight. And yeah, we'll go from there. So I'm Cigar Show Tim, as always. See ya.